I'm John Arnold, and I am the Executive Director of Feeding America West Michigan Food Bank. Oh, people hate to hear it from charity agencies, but money. That's what everybody needs. What our food bank does is channel food from the food industry when they have what we call an edible oops, a mistake of some sort that affects the marketability but not the edibility of the product. They're able to donate it to us, and then we can make it available to charity agencies. Our costs are paying the trucking to get that food from wherever it is to where it's needed. And during the winter, to get fresh produce in particular, we are reaching clear into Florida and Texas and Arizona to bring product in. Normally we can get about 33 pounds of food per dollar that we spend on that, but I can only bring in loads that I have money to bring in. And so particularly during the winter months, what we need is just financial support to be able to bring in, I say in particular, the fresh produce that obviously isn't available here locally. How I ended up getting in this business, when I was 13, I had an opportunity to attend the Boy Scouts National Jamboree, and we ended up going through New York City on a bus and stopped at a stoplight, one of 10,000 stoplights. But right outside the bus window, this old woman was eating garbage directly out of a garbage can. And I had heard of hunger and all, but here was somebody's grandma eating garbage out on the street, and it just totally freaked me out. So it made me want to do something so that nobody's grandma ever has to do that. And then a few years later, that was back in the 60s, if you were male and had 2 arms and 2 legs, Uncle Sam had a job for you. And so I ended up in Vietnam in the Marine Corps, and we were out on a night patrol and got accidentally shelled by our own artillery. And you can hear artillery shells coming in, and there was one that was coming in way too close. And so I had just turned 19, and I had time to think, this is how it ends. And it landed about 3 feet from me. Thank goodness I didn't throw myself on the ground, because it might have killed me just from hitting me, but it didn't go off. And so then I had this, I wanted to work on hunger, and now I've got this sort of obligation, because every day I've lived since then has been a gift. And I went to work after got out of the service and went to college for the legal aid programs in Illinois, lobbying on food and hunger issues, but had a very sad experience where we worked 6 years on a project, and overnight Congress undid our 6 years worth of effort. And shortly after that, I heard about food banking, where we could work with the food industry, take their edible errors, and make that product available to charity agencies. And nobody could take that away by a vote or something. And so in 1982, I started the Central Illinois Food Bank, and then I organized downstate Illinois, and then went over and organized Eastern Missouri, and then had a chance to come home to West Michigan in 1989. And we took on the Upper Peninsula, and it's been quite an adventure in the years since. Our main warehouse is here in Comstock Park, just north of Grand Rapids, but then we have smaller warehouses in Benton Harbor, Cadillac, Petoskey, Sault Ste. Marie, Ishpeming, and Houghton. So we cover a little over half the state of Michigan, supplying food to about 1,300 charity agencies, who in turn supply food aid to about 400,000 needy people in West Michigan. We do use quite a few volunteers. during the day and every other Saturday morning. Probably 10 to 20% of the food we get needs something done to it before it can be distributed. It's unlabeled packages that need to get labeled, it's bulk product that needs to get bagged up, it's stinky potatoes that need to get sorted. It's not all glamorous work, but we do use a lot of volunteers. And what's cool is we keep track, and if a volunteer just plugs away at their assigned task, normally people can process about $400 worth of food per hour. So somebody comes down and spends 2-3 hours, they probably liberated $1,000 worth of food to be distributed. So we've some volunteers that keep track of that, working on trying to get $1 million worth of food they process. You know, they were never going to be able to give that kind of money, but they could give the time that ends up equaling that, which is very cool. A poor man's way of being able to say to the rich people, oh, you know, I did it too. So that's very cool. The year before I got here, we distributed, this food bank distributed 3 million pounds. This year we'll distribute close to 25 million pounds. So it just keeps growing. And thank goodness, with the recession, I just can't imagine what would be happening to thousands of families if there were not food banks like ours channeling this food to help them. So I'd like to thank everybody who has watched this video. Anything that you are able to do to either help us or any of the agencies that we supply food to, very much appreciated. You know, it's a hard time for a lot of families in West Michigan right now, and anything you can do to help is very much appreciated.